Hey everybody, I'm going to do a quick breakdown of this new A-frame chicken tractor I have here. I built it a couple of months ago and I wanted to wait a little while before I did a full review on it and let everybody see how it's been working for me. That way if there was any complications or problems, I could discuss it in this video. This one right here is the one that I was running my chickens in. As you can tell, I still have some birds in it right here. But here in the near future, I will be building a new one of these. But as of yet, I have yet to find anything with it other than the fact that I might make my next one a little bit bigger. That's probably about the only thing I don't like about it, is it's not quite big enough. This one here is 6 feet across in the back and 8 feet from front to back, and it is 6 feet tall. So it allows me to walk inside and be able to manage my flock and make sure that they're happy and healthy. The side walls here are 2 feet tall, so it allows for plenty of ventilation and airflow. Got 1/2 inch by 1 inch hardware cloth here, so to keep any predators out. The sheet metal I had laying around from another project, and the body and frame are 2x3s. I've just got a little standard latch here. I use a wrench for a door handle. Once we're inside, you can see that I use a standard 5-gallon waterer. I currently have it on top of an old milk crate. And my chicken feeder here, I'll do a breakdown of it, and you see how my birds stick their head in and eat. There's my rooster right here. We have this roost pole that runs all the way to the back, so the birds have plenty of room to space out in the summertime when it's nice and warm, and plenty of room to be able to huddle together when it gets down in the cooler temperature so they can stay warm. In the back there, I have a small rollout nest box. And so far, I've found that one nest box is plenty for the number of birds I have in here. I have 8 hens and 1 rooster. The chickens will lay their eggs in here, and the eggs will roll out under here. Oh, and look, I've got 2 more eggs since I picked them up just about an hour ago. Found these nest boxes on Premier One. The birds will climb inside, they'll lay their egg, and it's on a slight slant, so the egg will roll down into this place here. Helps keep them clean, and it helps keep the birds from standing on them and possibly cracking any eggs whose shells are not quite as thick as they needed to be. I'm gonna step outside here one more time. Oh, one got out. We'll get her in a minute. It's okay. And I think we just had a hen. Yep. Go up in the nest. Looks like she's wanting to lay an egg late in the day. And there's the back. There's little Ziva right there standing beside it for a scale. Currently, what I'm doing is every evening I come out here to move my birds. I will pick up the rope and I will drag it onto brand new fresh grass. We currently feed our birds a non-GMO feed, and I'm going to show you right here where the birds were yesterday. You can see the disturbance right through here. This is where the tractor was. You can see the lines going all the way over, and I put them on fresh grass a little while ago. And what I do is each and every day I move these chickens so they can be on fresh grass and they have a good high quality feed. They come all the way over here to the door, and as soon as they're on fresh grass, they start scratching and pecking and eating the grass and the leaves, and they just love it. All right, so this is a further breakdown of my 5-gallon chicken feeder that I've made out of a 5-gallon bucket. Simply enough, what I have is a 5-gallon bucket from my local hardware store with a lid, and I have 3 of these 1.5 PVC 90s, and I'll show you right quick what I've done with them. In the very back, I've cut out a notch where the feed can come in. And I found this old yellow bucket I had laying out here, one that had been used and abused and really wasn't worth much for me anymore. So I repurposed it by just cutting the top off of it. And I used a couple of screws and a small block of wood to hold the 2 bucket bottoms together to where I could get it to the height that I needed for my flock. The way this works is the chickens will come in, they'll stick their head inside the PVC pipe, and they'll get their feed. And as they feed, more feed will come in from the bucket. Typically what I had found with other feeders that I've had is the chickens will get in there their feed, They'll take their head and they'll scratch and move, and they'll just knock feed out on the ground. Now, sometimes they'll get the feed, but more often than not, by the time it hits the ground, it's just waste. So in order to reduce the cost of waste, I have come up with this design, and I've been using this design for about a year in the 5-gallon buckets. But previously I had used a large trash can that was 35 gallons, which would hold 150 pounds. Being the fact that we use the chicken tractors, I have decided to come down to a 5-gallon size to make it easier to move, and it just all around makes it easier for me, being the fact that my chickens are now mobile. We're giving them pieces of broccoli stems. They love it.